He is the man of many faces.
Nicholas Rossi is evil.
Who turned up in Glasgow. Turned out he was a fugitive on the run.
Stop ignoring me!
This is the story.
Do you see a similarity?
Of the con man unmasked.
Do you?
The international manhunt.
Just want you to know that Mr. Rossi is not dead. He's in hiding and he's wanted.
Nick, you get that scar on your eye.
And how the past caught up with Nicholas Rossi. I first met him in early 2022. The man who pitched up in a flat in Glasgow. He said he was an academic and called himself Arthur Knight. Police said he was a rapist on the run.
So you do that. Go into the room again.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean because of the dogs.
Hello, I'm allergic to you.
Can we shut that door?
Sure.
It's the remarkable story that bounces between Scotland and the United States of a manipulative criminal who staged an elaborate con.
I'm being asked by a reporter from Sky News if I'm a rapist.
It spanned several interviews with Sky News.
Yes, we're on a two-show.
The footage barely conceals the lie.
What do you make of those photographs and the likeness to yourself?
I doubt there's a likeness at all.
Have you ever been to the United States?
No.
You have a scar in the same place. Can you explain that?
No, I can't.
This was the day we met Arthur Knight and his wife Miranda after he'd been arrested in Scotland. He was appearing before an extradition court. The US authorities said his real name was Nicholas Rossi. They wanted him sent back to face trial for rape.
The prosecution narrative is that you are an alleged rapist. There are restraining orders, assaults, fraud, in a very colourful criminal record that reflects a dangerous sexual predator. Are you that man? Are you Nicholas Rossi?
I can veritably say that I have not ever once done any of the acts that you just described.
He shows love, he shows patience. I never feel unsafe. I feel that he is my protector.
The fugitive had a number of aliases. This is the Interpol Red Notice that also showed an appearance changing over time. The man we met had trouble getting around. He was in a wheelchair, having suffered from COVID, and trailed an oxygen tank behind him. It made movement difficult. Deception
Hang on, mate, whoa!
came more easily.
Stop it!
Arthur, where were you born?
In Ireland, whether it was Northern Ireland or the Republic of Ireland is up for discussion, but I know it was Ireland.
And do you have a birth certificate to prove that?
Unfortunately, if you were adopted, you cannot have a birth certificate in Ireland. In fact, if you can't find, or rather, if you attempt to look for your birth parents, you are actually committing a criminal offence.
He said it would be a crime to look for the paperwork that would confirm his story. That wasn't the case. The law in Ireland had changed, whether he knew it or not. The fugitive story goes back here, to Rhode Island. They knew Nicholas Rossi in this place, the State House. As a youngster, he worked as a page, a politician's assistant, using the surname Alaverdian after his biological father.
Alaverdian.
He'd grown up in social care and became a campaigner.
Madam Chair, you're the first chairperson to actually get that correct. Thank you so much. This is very important legislation. I've spent the past month and a half annoying each state legislator to make sure that kids are kept safe. That's a very worthy cause.
One agency that is under the umbrella of the Office of Health and Human Services is the Department of Children, Youth, and Families.
I'm new here. Just kidding.
By that point, he'd already committed violent sex crimes.
To consider this bill, it's been a long time.
Political activism put him in polite company, including Mike Pence, former vice president. But behind the smiles was a dangerous individual.
He's such an evil kid. He will ruin you.
Brian Kugan was a Rhode Island state representative. He got to know the young Nicholas Rossi. At one stage, he was going to legally adopt him.
I was walking up the front stairs. I didn't even see him coming. He broadsided me, and he hugged me, and he's crying. He got my shirt all wet. He's all like, you know, stressed. Oh, they're trying to get rid of me. You're going to help me.
The judge had seen the files on the youngster.
He said, he's a bad seed. I can't let you adopt him. I said, Chief, I'm gonna adopt this kid. I made up my mind. He goes, I'm not gonna let you.
Violence in Rossi's younger years would extend into adulthood. Prosecutors in the United States call him a fugitive from a rape charge.
Those little black glasses, man.
I'm certainly not a rapist.
I know it's him. He's got that dark hair and like those chubby like I would remember those like chubby fingers anywhere. You know, they were up my shirt, they were down my pants. Like I would recognize those anywhere, like his just greedy little claws.
Mary Grabinski was in no doubt the man in Glasgow was the same man who sexually assaulted her in 2008. She met Nicholas Rossi online.
He keeps trying to kiss me. He's holding me up against the wall. He's putting his hands up my shirt and down my pants, and I just want to leave. I tell him, I want to leave, and he tells me, shut up, I'm almost done, and then he ejaculates on the wall behind me.
In Scotland, we looked out the records for Nicholas Rossi, or Nicholas Alaverdian, registered sex offender, the man who'd assaulted Mary Grabinski. The pictures showed striking similarities to the man we were interviewing. I'm going to show you my photo. This is a mugshot of Nicholas Alaverdian.
Yes.
Sex offender.
Yes.
Height 5'7". You look about 5'7". Brown hair. You've got brown hair. Blue eyes. You've got blue eyes. Is that you?
Well, we've learned that that's not actually a mugshot, nor is it from the sex offender registry, because it has a completely different format.
Is it you?
No. But no, it's not me. I don't own a jumper like that, nor would I ever insult myself by wearing that shirt with that jumper.
Would you be able to take your mask off and your glasses, Arthur, so we can compare that?
I mean, from my point of view, that's not my husband. Even with the sort of number of years that sort of signifies between now and then.
And there was a...
and also Arthur is not 5'7".
Could you take your glasses off? Would you mind? And are you able to take off your mask?
Yeah.
Do you see a similarity?
Do you?
The eyebrows are the same.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I could do about my eyebrows.
In Dayton, Ohio, Catherine Heckendorn was another woman to witness the dark side of Nicholas Rossi. In 2015, they met and married.
I didn't know it was possible to be so alone.
It was to Catherine's immediate regret. Rossi spent her money, more than $50,000, and in the house they shared, he would lock her in the bathroom for days on end. At one point, Catherine recorded Rossi, the abuser.
Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Stop ignoring me! What are you doing?
I'm getting out of this negative atmosphere.
No! Stop it!
No! No!
I'm...
Stop!
In Scotland, the charade played out over 2 years. Performed for the media and for a court deciding who this individual was. A man on the run, acting the aristocrat. It extended.
Is the game up for you?
To quoting Sherlock Holmes.
The game has just started. The game is afoot.
The Interpol Red Notice showed a man with tattoos on his arms, both biceps and left forearm.
Could you show us your arm?
Absolutely. Just have a wee.
We'd asked repeatedly that Arthur Knight show us his arms.
Managed to take the jacket off. Is that possible?
The answer was always no.
Okay, it should be fine.
Until suddenly, it was yes.
Okay.
So that doesn't stretch over your bicep, does it?
No, I'll do that another time. Quite frankly, I'm exhausted. I don't feel like stripping today. And yet again, nothing.
Looking back, the tattoos must have been removed. We'd see the biceps another time, he said, because he was exhausted. Later that day, he sent me this, his arms after bath time, he said. We couldn't verify whether or not the images had been manipulated. We conducted 3 interviews with Nicholas Rossi. To look at the recordings is to see the con, barely concealed. There was the contorted Irish accent.
Dublin, Galway, and Belfast, well, specifically my wife and his wife. I'm still Catholic to this day.
He was, it seems, the boy from nowhere.
Were you born in the Republic?
Again, based on the sketchy details of my birth, I do not know.
He let himself down on the details. He said he'd stayed in residential homes run by the Christian Brothers.
Can you name one?
St. Mary's. There was Sacred Heart.
The Christian Brothers told us they have no facility named Sacred Heart in Ireland, and anything called St. Mary's wasn't residential. Rossi said as a youngster he sold books in London's Borough Market.
It kind of felt like a bit of a Del Boy.
But the Borough Market is a food market. Repeatedly, he would drop in a defence for the man that US authorities were chasing, Nicholas Rossi, being defended, it seemed, by the man who said he wasn't Nicholas Rossi.
How on earth is this person still able to even be considered to be charged with rape 14 years later?
And all the time, there were the eyes of Miranda, the woman he married in Bristol and with whom he moved to Glasgow, standing by him and his story.
We have each other's strength and we have each other's love, and that is what will keep us going and to disprove, these accusations.
The US authorities wanted Rossi extradited to face a number of charges. Prosecutors in the state of Utah wanted him tried for 2 rapes in 2008. Knowing he was a wanted man, Rossi faked his death.
It is with sadness that this House has learned of the untimely passing of Nicholas Alverdanian, the beloved husband to the love of his life, whom he affectionately referred to as my Daisy.
In Rhode Island State House, they paid tribute to a former colleague. Father Bernard Healy took a call.
Sync the cameras, you know that.
It was a woman with a high-pitched English posh accent, sounding like Hyacinth Bouquet, asking if we could have a memorial mass, that Nicholas had died. And I think I may have known that. It had been in the newspaper.
At the Our Lady of Mercy Church, the priest prepared a memorial mass for the local man that passed away, until he took another call, this time from the police.
The invitation went out publicly on Facebook about the mass, memorial mass, because we had a date and time. And then that afternoon, I got a phone call from Rhode Island State Police detective who said, "This is Father Healy. Just want you to know that Mr. Rossi is not dead. He's in hiding and he's wanted for federal and state crimes sexual crimes, rape. I think he maybe told me that, and financial crimes. And so you really shouldn't have this memorial mass.
Investigators established that Rossi had in fact fled the country. The hunt was on. A fugitive on the run, Rossi ended up in Glasgow. Not before he spent time in England, meeting a woman online and turning up at her house.
He walked in with massive suitcases and then immediately insisted on sex.
Michelle Menard would later accuse him of rape, though police didn't press charges.
He just treated us like a ready-made family and tried to be the man of the house, even though he didn't earn it. And then he just caused mayhem every day.
In 2020, Nicholas Rossi, calling himself Nicholas Brown, married Miranda Knight in Bristol.
We met in the Victoria and Albert Museum in 2012, so kind of struck up a conversation, as you do, over art and just talking. And we didn't actually get together at that point because I was in a different relationship at that point, but we kind of just stayed in contact, you know, over the years.
The pair moved to a flat at this street in Glasgow, and it is where police came calling. Investigators had accessed Rossi's iCloud. They followed his digital footprint to the Glasgow address. But Rossi wasn't there. This is a picture of him at the time. It was the height of COVID, and he'd caught the virus. He was being treated across Glasgow at this hospital. Police officers arrested him on the ward. Medical staff were shown images of the tattooed fugitive and found that they were a match for their patient. There was body art and there was scarring to indicate he'd tried to have it removed. Tests would reveal a fingerprint match to Rossi. In court, he claimed that the tattoos had been drawn on him whilst he was in a coma. It was a claim rejected by the court.
I woke up from 3 comas, and unfortunately, I was welcomed into a world that just wasn't my own.
To be hearing words of rape, America, Utah, absolutely disbelief, because my husband has never been to the States and I know him extremely well. You know, a husband and wife does know each other's, you know, secrets and their whole life experiences.
There followed a lengthy extradition process. A court eventually found that Arthur Knight was in fact Nicholas Rossi, drawing on evidence of fingerprints and tattoos.
It's over, isn't it, sir? It's over.
The person appearing before me is Nicholas Rossi, the person whose extradition is requested by the United States. The court will adjourn.
If a court across the Atlantic was establishing a legal certainty, back home in Rhode Island, they'd been certain all along.
As soon as I saw him on that big screen computer, that's Nick.
Brian Kugan is the past that caught up with Nicholas Rossi, quite literally.
That's Nick.
Why do you say that, Brian?
Well, he's got that fat little earlobe. That's his eyebrows, that's his voice, that's his mannerism. He talks with his hands.
That's it.
When Brian Kugan had a look at our footage, we'd interviewed Rossi once. When we went back a second time, we took Brian Kugan with us on a video call.
Is this a FaceTime call?
Okay, so now.
I'm not doing a FaceTime
Make it
call.
smart, James.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, I'm not doing it.
That's Brian Kugan there.
I'm not doing a FaceTime call with someone I do. They're
Hi,
doing
Nick,
an
how are you?
interview.
How you doing, Nick?
I'm not doing a FaceTime call with someone I don't know.
He's calling you Nick. This is a man who knew Nicholas Rossi for 21 years.
Nick, I'm the one that's Irish, you're not. Kugan, I'm Irish, you're not. You get that scar on your eye. If you have him move his glasses, you can see he has a little scar on the side of his eye.
James.
Do you see that, James?
I'm not going to
James, you see the scar?
Well, he's
participate in this.
He's talking about the scar. How would you explain it to him?
I don't know this man. He's not a journalist.
But he's a man who knew Nicholas Rossi.
My apologies.
It's Nicholas Alaverdian. Nick, show him the two tattoos on your arm, each arm.
You already know.
Is he?
I don't have any tattoos, James. We've been through this. And the fact that you're forcing a phone into my face.
We didn't give birth to you, but we were going to adopt you. I know who Nicholas Alaverdian is, and that's you. I'll tell you what, we can wrap this up. James, we can wrap it up right now. Look at his two biceps. He has a barcode on one and a bird feather on the other, or wing. Is he willing to show you his arms?
We're not going.
Are you? Would you? Is that something you would do? Would you show us your arms?
I've shown you my arms.
Yeah, your biceps.
Yeah, I will show. Okay, I am not getting into this conversation.
All right.
He's trying to say. You're trying to say he showed you his arms, his biceps. Look at his biceps. And I'll go away now.
Thanks, Mr. Kugan. Thank you.
That's it. Bye, Nick.
We brought him in.
You've lost.
We brought him in. We brought him in after because
I've lost all trust in you and Fran. This is not okay.
Mr. Knight, can you please say your name for the record?
Arthur Knight.
Arthur Knight was extradited to the US in January 2024. His appearance changed. So did his story.
Mr. Knight, can you also tell us other names that you've gone by previously?
I was born with the name Nicholas Alaverdian. In 1996, I had that surname changed by my stepfather when it became Rossi, and I reverted to using it in 2007.
And he gave a Utah court his reasons for lying.
I was informed by two reliable sources that there were two credible threats against my life.
He claimed he lied because of death threats delivered because of his campaigning for child welfare. He was asked who threatened him. His answer was that he didn't want to give a mouse cheese.
What would giving their names, how would that give a mouse cheese?
Meaning it would stoke the fire that they've had to continue with their actions against me.
If a line has been drawn under one aspect of this story, another remains a mystery.
Do you still stand by your husband?
What of Miranda, Nicholas Rossi's wife? Listen to the voice of Louise, the widow who made calls to Rhode Island, saying that Nicholas Rossi was dead.
Basically, the priest was explaining that he had done his first funeral on Monday, the first since, obviously, the lockdown. So he had Nicholas's memorial and also another memorial this week.
Louise, the widow, sounds remarkably like Miranda, the wife.
the reporting is that somebody was trying to fake their own death. Their ashes had been buried at sea.
Yes, yes.
Apparently, let me ask you, were you involved in that?
No. We
were on our honeymoon
at that point. So not the type of thing that you would
We've actually
consider.
done... Sorry, sweetie.
No, I mean, from my point of view, we were enjoying our honeymoon. We just got married. That's what... having a wonderful time on our honeymoon.
A wonderful time until it wasn't for the couple at the heart of a sinister tale. Nicholas Rossi is the fugitive of many faces, now facing American justice.